Hello, friends. It's another drive, long, lonely drive to school. I have recently started listening to audiobooks on my way to school to pass the time, and also because during school I don't get the time to just leisurely read nonfiction stories. Nonfiction, fiction stories. I got up early today to study because 2 days ago, I think, one of the head professors said, "Oh, by the way, you guys don't have access to this module. Here it is. It's due Saturday." Okay. Well, good thing we all have full-time jobs. So I got up early this morning and started on it. I'm about halfway done. Hopefully I can get some done when I get home tonight, if we get out early. But who knows? A lot of the questions that I have right now for it's hematology. We're going over hematology meds tonight, so I'm kind of hoping that the study guide questions that are related to meds I can answer during the lecture this evening. And then the rest I'll get done tonight, hopefully, or tomorrow. I am cooking Thanksgiving dinner for my family tomorrow, Saturday. My husband is an over-the-road truck driver, and he will not be home for Thanksgiving this year. This kind of turned into a family tradition to not have Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving because I usually have to work. I don't remember the last time I had a Thanksgiving off, except this year. This coming year I have Thanksgiving off. But I mean, if they need somebody to work, heck, I'll work. It doesn't matter. It's just an eating holiday, and truly I can eat any day of the week. So we invited everybody, like my grandparents, my sister, and her husband, and the baby, my mom and dad, my husband, my uncle, and my grandma and grandpa. They're all the local family that we have around here. So tomorrow I'm going to cook pies at my mom's house because I'm not dirtying my kitchen. I finally after 2 years of living in this house and trying to keep up with everything, because like I said, my husband's gone frequently, and while he does his best and tries to help me around the house, it's just not done as quickly or as thoroughly as I would like to have it done. So I just finally said screw it and hired a housekeeper. Today's her first day at my house. Thank God. Like, she is like an angel sent from heaven, because just in she'd been at my house 2 hours before I left. My house smells, not that it smelled like terrible, or don't get me wrong, my house is not disgusting. Like, I'm not a hoarder, but I only get to vacuum like once a month when I remember that I have a few minutes to vacuum. My house gets put on the back burner because work's a priority and school's a priority. So she has cleaned my kitchen, and I haven't seen it this clean since I cleaned my house before I moved in. And I'm not going to bake pies in that kitchen because I want it to stay clean. Plus, I want to go hang out with my mom, and I do not want to smell burning because my dad is coming over to my house to help burn some cardboard and wood that we had that has just been a bone of contention. He has a stack of wood in my backyard that he will stack up and it will fall down. Whether somebody thinks it's funny and pushes it down, I don't know, or the ground heaves, which I think it's more that the ground is heaving, which is causing the wood pile to fall. But it's hard to mow around, and he was just like, I'm just gonna burn it. So I don't really want to smell burning all day tomorrow. Plus my mom has a gas oven and I have an electric oven, and y'all think y'all think I'm crazy. However, pies bake better in my mom's oven. So I will take whatever I don't get done tonight over to my mom's, bake pies, play with my niece, talk to my mom, maybe cross stitch a little bit. That has been I'm going to like chill out. Oh my god, I have to flip y'all around here if I can figure out how to do it. Maybe not. I thought I could flip this around during a video. So anyway, I guess I'm gonna flip the phone around. I look up at this and I thought the bus was coming at me. I was just gonna be like, oh my god, wrong way. Oh god. I usually put on, I shouldn't say usually. I mean, I've been wearing jeans and hoodies to class, but today I'm in jeans and leggings and sneakers, and I look like I just rolled out of bed, honestly, today. But it's cold. Right now, my car says 46 degrees, which feels about right. It should get warmer as I go south a little bit, but I just wanted to be warm and comfortable, and I didn't even want to go to school today, but I knew I would not even read the lecture today until it was time to take the quiz next week, and that would be bad news bears. So I can't. Oh my. Somebody their hood must have like not been latched when they were driving, so it's just kind of like they're going on the road with their hood like this. But I am, how many weeks done? I think we're in week 9, so I think I have 6 weeks to go, minus 1 week of Thanksgiving that we don't have classes. And then I have 2 finals one after I get back from vacation. Yay. And then one the week after. And then I'm done, I think not for very long. I remember when the first, back in the day, you were done like this first or second week in December, and you didn't go back till like after Martin Luther King Day. Well, I'm done the 13th of December, and I'm back in class on the 10th of January. I just don't remember it being so condensed. I thought I was going to have like a month and a half to get as many work hours as I could in. Maybe they'll be nice and let us have some of the information early. But if not, I want to work. I gotta start tuition again in January. What else was I gonna say? After I ended the video last week, I'm glad I had gotten off the video or had stopped recording, because I was ranting at that point, but there were so many deer on the way home just jaunting across 79. If you're from Pennsylvania, you know what road that is. If not, it's an interstate. It's a 4-lane interstate with a 70 mile per hour speed limit on it, which, nobody follows. But I saw 3 cars just destroyed with deer on the way home. And I saw 1 deer destroyed by a semi. That was nasty. So that's why unless I have a whole lot to say after class today, I'm probably not gonna check in just because it'll be dark, and usually I don't have a whole lot to say after class unless I didn't record on the way down. Like I said, I'm hoping to be able to have more content other than just ranting at you on my way down to school and every Thursday. Not that, not many people watch it anyway, which I expected. But I can go back one day and be like, wow, I was a ranting psycho every Thursday. It's hard to have things to talk about just because, of the job and HIPAA. This week we were busy. I was busy. It's, again, still flu season. I've got this weird, temperature elevation going around where there's, no signs and symptoms, but everybody's got a fever. That's the only symptom. Sign. I'm at a loss at this point. Next week I have to finish up my infection preventionist training. I have been infection control coordinator for, it'll be 2 years in March. And I, had a 35-minute training with the person who had done it before after the one who was doing it had left. And I've just kind of basically pieced things together through research and past practice. And because, the person who was doing it before I took over was evolving an antibiotic stewardship program. And at that time, when she had left, I had heard sprinklings of antibiotic stewardship, and I knew that we needed to watch our antibiotic usage and all that stuff, but I had no idea what it entailed. And then, she left, I took over, and then I was like, holy crap, they wanted it done by November. So I took over in January, March of 17. And they wanted you to have this program in place by November of 17. Well, that sounds like a long time, except when you know nothing about antibiotic stewardship, nor do you know how to monitor for anything like that. I was overwhelmed. I never should have taken that job at that point in time. Now I absolutely love it, and I am working on trying to lower our antibiotic rate. I get 2 steps forward and then it's 13 steps back. We had lowered our UTI rate, and yay, I'm so excited. And then the next month I've got 16. I go from 4 to 16, and it's holy crap, this is ridiculous. But we have to do what the doc, I have to do what the doc says. But oh well. So now I'm working on my main focus in the beginning was urinary tract infections, because in my facility it's one of the highest infections that we run into, and now my focus is to try to get back in, to rein in the treatment for UTIs. A lot of places are still of the, oh, you have a pain in your side? Let's test you for a UTI. There's criteria that need to be met in order to treat for a UTI. So if we just focus on that criteria, and yes, have I been that person? Of course. Have I also gone against my own criteria? Yes, I've had patients who I not necessarily thought that they had a UTI, but we had done everything else except tested for urinary tract infection. Because like I said, I try to keep the reins in, and of course, they have a urinary tract infection. But they didn't meet any of the signs or the symptoms or anything like that. But now my next focus is respiratory infections. Because as we all know, as medical professionals, antibiotic usage in respiratory infections is overused. I'll see a lot of Z-Packs for sniffles. Just roll it out. Ride it out. Lots of fluids. Make sure that you are, staying hydrated, and symptomatic care. Cough syrup. Because it's always that person that takes the 1 day of Z-Pack, or the 2 pills, the 500 of the Z-Pack, and the next day is better. Oh, it was the Z-Pack. No, it was because you waited 7 days before you went to the doctor, and you were getting better. I know that I went to the urgent care, Med Express. I couldn't breathe, so all I wanted was a Medrol dose pack. I knew what my issue was. I was so tight. You could hear the constriction of even the larger bronchi. And I walked in there and I said, hey, I'm pretty sure I have bronchitis. Can I have a Medrol dose pack? And I need something stronger for cough syrup, because the cough syrup was working, but I would have to take it no one hear this, but every 2 hours, not every 4. It was not effective enough. What does the mid-level provider give me? A Z-Pack. She does give me the Medrol dose pack after I beg for it, and she gives me cough syrup with codeine. I was skeptical about the cough syrup with codeine because I don't like to take any unnecessary narcotics, just because of the addiction rate. Not for myself, but I don't want to have this and have to worry about, again, not from I don't think I would get addicted to codeine, but it's just not something that I roll with. I took it, it helped, and it knocked the cough out for, I think the instructions were a dose every 6 hours or something like that. I only had to take it between every 8 and 12 hours. It worked that well. And I took the Z-Pack, or the Medrol dose pack, and I felt better. And I just let the Z-Pack just sit in my purse, and I didn't need it. I was between the prednisone, or the methylprednisone, whatever, and the cough syrup with codeine. I was better. Took about another week, and I just laugh because I didn't need that. You gave it to me after. I would have probably taken it if I thought that I needed it. You know, after a few days, if nothing had gotten better with the cough syrup and the dose pack, I probably would have started it. But I didn't have a fever. I never ran the fever to indicate I just had a terrible bout of bronchitis / chest cold, which I get every year. No, I guess that was my this was this Thursday rant. Antibiotics. I just see so much unnecessary antibiotic usage. Prophylaxis. You know, I understand if you have like an open coli that where the coli like perforated or I'm sorry, not open coli, open appendectomy, and the appendix burst, and that you had them in the hospital and they came home with a script for an antibiotic to make sure that they didn't get sick from the open coli, open appy. But I have people who are, their blood cultures were positive for this. Okay, what are the signs and what are they having? You know, what's wrong with them? Well, nothing, but their blood cultures were positive. Okay, so your sample could have been tainted. They could have been fighting it off. The body could have been fighting it off itself. Why? Why don't you just monitoring? You know, what happened to monitoring? Why does everything need to be treated immediately without, if the patient doesn't have signs or symptoms? I understand that we have to deal with, it's a consumer business at this point. There are so many practices where, you know, mom, baby, mom, dad, whatever, can go, and it's a business and we want them to come back, but I'm not going to inappropriately prescribe an antibiotic because you think you need one. I went to school. You didn't. Because if you did, you could write yourself your own prescription. I know that that's frowned upon. But you could go to your friend and say, hey, this is what I've got. This is what I need. You don't need an antibiotic for a cough. Unless it's pneumonia. If you've got pneumonia, most of the time, whatever. Let's see. What other cases of inappropriate... Oh my God, this traffic Today's second rant is traveling slow in the left-hand lane. I've probably passed 6 people on the right while they were traveling in the left-hand lane going 60 miles an hour. The interstate that I'm on, the speed limit is 70. Go 70. Or get in the right-hand lane and put your flashers on because you're driving too damn slow. I've seen treating urinary tract infections without symptoms. Well, their urine culture came back positive for E. coli. Okay, that could mean they're colonized. You know, like no one thinks of colonization anymore. I guess I am just one of I follow guidelines from like the CDC and other reputable infection wow, I just completely blanked on what I was going to say. Sources, reliable sources for infection prevention control. I'm not above asking a doc to reevaluate something, but often the doc's comeback is, well, I obviously prescribed it for some reason. Okay. We're using a lot of urinary specific antibiotics at this time, broad spectrum urinary specific drugs, and we're starting to see our patients become resistive to some of this stuff. This is what happens. But other than that, sorry that you have to listen to my rants. Some of you may enjoy or have the same thoughts or feelings or different thoughts or feelings. Please, if you have different thoughts or feelings about the antibiotics or anything that I talk about in any of my videos, I'm not going to be upset. We all have opinions and thoughts. Comment in the box below if you have questions or thoughts, or what do you do at the place where you work with urinary tract infections? Do you test everyone that comes in your building, whether it be a hospital or a long-term care facility or a personal care facility or whatever your building is? I'm interested. Like I said, I'm interested to see what everybody else's thoughts are regarding it. If you like to listen to my rants, please like the video, subscribe. I have 1 subscriber. Thanks to the 1 subscriber who may be the one that watches me. I hope to become not like popular. That's not my intention with this. It's more of informative. Supportive. Hey, you got this. I have relied on so many other videos about pathophysiology. I can't tell you how many I've watched just to listen to the other people say, yes, it is a terrible class, and yes, if you are an A student and you don't pull an A in this class, it is okay. I can be an A student when I want to be, and I want to be at this point in time in graduate school, nurse practitioner. However, I still got to put a roof over my head. I still got to help provide, pay the car payments, pay the student loans. I've got to help with that. I can't, unfortunately, I'm not able to just rely on my husband and through no fault of his own to support the household for 3 years while I take this endeavor. It's just not feasible, and so I've got to find that fine line, and I'm getting there. Patho's better. I figured out that first test, it takes you so long to figure out how to study, and you'll get there. But for now, I will sign off. Maybe I might have some stuff to talk about on the way home if somebody makes me mad, because that's usually what happens. If something makes me mad, and then I rant about it. Hopefully I will have some different content. I'm really into cross-stitching or Disney vacations coming up. It's probably going to take me forever to edit those videos, but watch them if you like Disney to see how we handle it. There are some people that are go. We did that our first trip. We died. We spent an entire day just resting, and it was like the day we had all the most important stuff we wanted to do, but we were dead. I got sick. I got a really nasty cold. with a headache and nausea, like our third day, the first time we went down there. So now we don't go hard. We just kind of like leisurely, casually do what we want to do and when we want to do it. So hopefully we'll get that edited when we get back in December. And so there will be some different content besides watching me rant to my phone for a half an hour today. But like I said, hit the like button if you like the content. Subscribe if you wish. Other than that, we'll see you later. Bye.